My name is Von Narcisse. I am a Black Rock attendee for the last 13 years. Been attending here since we moved to Connecticut with my wonderful family. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Sonia. We have two wonderful children. When I'm not being a husband, and I'm not being a father, and not being a friend, if you will, to those that are close to me, I'm a friend to the rest of the world. I'm a police officer at Yale University. I'm a captain. I'm in charge of our patrol operations, which is our uniform division. I report up to an assistant chief. I've been in public service for 30 years, so 22 of them have been in policing, with 13 out here on the East Coast and the other 7, almost 9 actually, on the West Coast. I've also been an investigator with the Public Defender's Office and a juvenile probation officer, so I have different perspectives on what it's like and what it means to serve others. And I've taken all of those experiences and with the foundation of Christ and being a believer, helping me to make sure that I don't go into the judgment zone on others. But at the core, public service is what I'm here for, and it's something I take very seriously, and God is at the front of that. When people see me in the uniform, you know, I could be a friend, I could be a foe, I could be an unknown question mark. What I want people to see is a human being. I want them to see that I am a person that has feelings, I have memories, I have concerns and cares, that I care about them. And that would be the greatest takeaway, that, hey, that was a human being that I just spoke to. He happens to be a police professional, but he's a human being. For me, serving others means to try and see what you can do to help someone's quality of life. A lot of times folks come to us or we come to them in their darkest times. They may not be at their best. And one thing we have to make sure we don't do is judge people, especially in those moments. It can be easy to do, but it's not right. We have to focus on being there to figure out what we can do to help this situation. What can we do to help them regain that quality of life so that they can resume that path and be happy? I mean, being a Black man and a Black police professional has been very unique. We look at right now, I mean, let's be honest, there's a ton of stuff that's been happening, and people are in pain. People are hurting. And as police professionals, we, number one, have to acknowledge that that pain is there, and then we have to figure out how we forge together to go forward. For years, policing has been an at-you type of a profession, and it doesn't work that way. We have to police with our community, and that means you need to sit at the table, listen, be actively listening, and work on solutions together. Because if people don't feel like they're being heard, or they feel demeaned or devalued, you're not going to make the progress that you need to make. And you can't fake that. You have to be sincere, you have to earn that. I've seen things in the uniform and being a civilian where I know what the right thing is, and sometimes that doesn't always happen. And so in my profession now, I'm able to coach that up when I see it, or when one of my supervisors sees that, or an officer sees it. And if you can't be coached back up, then you're not going to keep your badge. And it's very difficult to get this badge that we have, but it's not something that you just get and keep. You have to get it and earn it every day, on duty and off duty. A couple of things that I'm doing in our community to try to further our community and oneness, and one of them is within the policing ranks. I have an endorsement to teach a ethical decision-making course, and within that course I've been able to morph it into a significant section of it, which I call Charm School. And what that is basically helping officers understand that words matter, and what you say to people, you need to understand how that's being received. And if it's being received in a negative tone, or it being perceived as disrespectful, you need to know that. You also need to know how that feels, so that you not only recognize it a lot faster, you know that that's nowhere you want to be. Christ has significantly impacted, my sense of community and how I do my job. There are 6 principles of nonviolent reconciliation that Dr. Martin Luther King created, and one of the principles is number 2. It's the beloved community is the framework for the future. And to me, this speaks volumes, because it not only ties into Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12, I think verse 27, but it's the foundation that we are all one. We don't always have to agree on everything, but we can disagree respectfully. And so what I want to do, and I've been trying to do my entire life, is to just create bridges, move the obstacles on the bridges out of the way so there are healthy communication lines so people can be heard and speak. And as I've mentioned, there's pain out there, real pain. And if that's not acknowledged, progress won't be made when progress should be made. We have to understand that there are some things that have gone on that should not have. So what can we do going forward to make things better? What part can we own so that we can hear our community and be respectful and be empathetic and be sincere? Because you have to do all of that. And then you have to be accountable. My hope on how we go forward from here is that we go forward together. The verses in Corinthians chapter 12 speak about it. The philosophy of Dr. Martin Luther King speaks about it. It's clear as day that we're stronger together.